Okay, so how was day one like? Walk us through how yesterday went, and how many of your restaurant members at least resumed operations.
Generally, it went smoothly, and the customers were going to restaurants as early as 10 a.m.
Hmm.
They apparently it's been a while, and customers really look forward to dining out again. Generally, the members did well, and we had a lot of customers, visiting throughout the day. Unfortunately, we have some customers who forgot to bring their vaccination card, and they wanted to be seated indoors, so they had to be assisted to sit outdoors instead.
Now, give us an idea as well. I mean, were there members who opted at least not to open yesterday?
Yes, there were. At 10%, we're guaranteed to lose money, of course. And even at 50%, we would still struggle. But we asked at least to consider partial reopenings just so that we can rehire some of our staff back because they're quite desperate for pay. So we have to be considerate of our employees' welfare. So even at 10%, some of us who can open, we try to open and accommodate our employees, but there are a few who cannot, especially in areas there are where they rely on tourist traffic or CBD traffic, which is not yet significant at this time.
Mhm. At what level do you think most of these members at least would be confident to resume operations?
The word is not really confident. It's
Mhm.
more like what can we settle with. We some can settle with 10%. Others they'll wait for 30. Others would wait for 50. But it's more of our social responsibility now that we're thinking. It's really not about profit or business. We cannot just remain closed. Every day we close, there are some other restaurants that have to close permanently. So we have to start reopening so that we can encourage others to stay afloat just for a few weeks or a few months more until things get better.
Like, I mean, you mentioned earlier about the workforce. How many percent, at least, of your employees returned yesterday as well? And how's the vaccination going so far for your personnel?
It's very difficult to set a number how many employees were able to get back to work because many actually went back to their home provinces or they were able to find other work or they themselves are part of the new delivery industry. No? So, but for our restaurant, for many of the restaurant operators, we are actually at 100% vaccinated status. And in many cases, restaurant owners have 90% above. Only in places where vaccines might not be available that they won't be able to reach that number, or there's a strong vaccine hesitancy among their workforce. But in general, we recognize the need to be vaccinated to protect our employees once customers are allowed to come in again.